in the same world, with the same opportunities. Why is it that some fly high, while others are forever imprisoned? The difference does not lie in the bank balance. It lies in the operating system inside the brain. One side is scarcity, always fearing loss. One side is abundance, always seeking to create. Are you owning the winner mindset, or wearing chains of the poor? Imagine two seeds planted in the same soil. The first seed fears the dark. It shrinks back to be safe. The second seed longs for light. It pierces the earth to reach the sky. That is the reflection of two mindsets. I was once imprisoned in the fear of lack, before realizing that wealth starts from the way we see the world around us. If you feel you are struggling, but standing still, please stay, so that we go through today's journey. Your presence at this moment is the motivation for me to share beautiful values. In the next 30 minutes, we will go through 3 doors. Part 1 talks about the psychological trap of scarcity from a scientific perspective. Part 2 talks about the thought rituals of great men and self-made millionaires. Part 3 is the practical way to restructure your brain to welcome prosperity. Don't just learn English. Learn how to build a kingdom inside the mind. Only 30 minutes to change an entire life. Let's get started. Part 1: The psychological trap of scarcity. Why do the poor become even poorer? The answer is not simply laziness or lack of luck. According to research by Professor Eldar Shafir at Princeton University, with economist Sendhil Mullainathan, scarcity creates a type of mental bandwidth that is tightened. Look at the reality in India. Research on sugarcane farmers. Data shows that before harvest, when money runs out, their IQ score drops by 13 points, equivalent to losing a night's sleep. The lack of money occupies the entire brain capacity, making them lose the ability to make long-term decisions. They are trapped in survival thinking, short-term every day. In psychology, this is called the tunneling effect. When you are too hungry or lack money, your vision is strangled. You only see the immediate bill, but do not see future opportunities. Scarcity mindset forces you to borrow from the future to pay current debt. That is the start of the poverty spiral. Why do millionaires continue to be rich? Science points out that rich mindset is not about having much money in pocket, but the ability to maintain bandwidth for creativity. Research at Harvard shows that when the brain is in abundant state, the prefrontal cortex works most strongly. This is the center of planning and impulse control. People with rich mindset, they do not spend based on emotions. They invest based on a 10-year vision. The difference lies in how we perceive resources around us. Poor mindset considers the world as a finite cake. If someone takes much, then your part will be less. This creates envy and fear. While rich mindset considers the world as an infinite field where value can be created more from creativity and connection. Do you know? According to report from Oxfam organization. 8 richest individuals hold the wealth equal to half of humanity. They do not work millions of times harder. They simply own a system of different thinking. They understand that time is the most precious asset, not money. Poor people sell time to get money. Rich people use money to buy back time. Ask yourself, how much time do you spend daily worrying about lacks? And how much time to build sustainable values? That is the line dividing destiny. Philosophy. Poverty starts from the mind before appearing in the pocket. Release the bandwidth to see opportunities instead of only barriers. Do you feel your mind is being trapped in the tunnel of daily worries? Please share experience in the comments below. Part 2 Thought rituals of financial kings. When looking at great figures, we often see brilliant results, but few see the rituals that create their prosperity mindset. Look at Warren Buffett, investment legend, in Omaha, USA. He spends 80% of time every day reading and reflecting, while the world chases after short-term numbers. He chooses stillness. His ritual is saying no to 99% of mediocre opportunities to give full strength to 1% of real opportunities. Rich mindset is not greed, but discipline in choosing. Poor people see an amount of money. They immediately think of shopping to satisfy dopamine instantly in the brain. Rich people see an amount of money. They see an army ready to work for them. Research from Thomas C. Corley in the book Rich Habits. After 5 years tracking 233 self-made millionaires, shows 88% of them spend at least 30 minutes daily for self-study. Do you know? Bill Gates has a famous ritual called Think Week. He leaves family, leaves internet, and pressures to enter a cabin by a quiet lake. He doesn't go on vacation. He goes to restructure his thinking. That is how he fights scarcity trap and expands vision. Poor people always say, I don't have time. Rich people create time to think because they know 1 hour of right thinking is worth 1 year of wrong labor. The biggest difference lies in attitude toward failure. According to research by Professor Carol Dweck at Stanford University about growth mindset, people with poor mindset consider failure as the end, as evidence for their own weakness. They fear judgment, so they choose safety in their shell. In contrast, millionaires like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos consider failure as data, as a part of learning costs. At Amazon, each failed project is analyzed as a precious lesson. They do not invest in flashy objects. They invest in skills to solve big problems because they understand the scale of problems you can solve is the scale of the wealth that you own. Rich mindset also lies in building networks. There is a saying from Jim Rohn, you are the average of 5 people you spend time the most with. Rich people always find ways to connect with people better than them, to be challenged, to expand mind boundaries, while poor people often find comfort in groups with same situation. to complain about social injustice. Do you ever ask yourself, your current friend circle is pulling you up or keeping you in the narrow, safe zone? Please look bravely at the truth. If you feel this knowledge is lighting up a new path in your mind, please press like, and don't forget to subscribe. Your support gives me more energy to continue the journey of mind liberation with the community. Philosophy. Money is only the exchange floor of mindsets. Winners own the vision. Losers only see barriers. Which ritual impresses you most? Reading like Buffett? Or think week of Gates? Share your idea? Write in the comments. Part 3: Strategies to restructure a prosperous brain. We already know the difference in mindset. But how to change when the brain is used to the old path? The good news is, thanks to neuroplasticity, you can completely reset your operating system. The first step is deleting victim mindset. According to report from Scranton University, 92% of people fail in achieving New Year goals because they always find external reasons. People with rich mindset always take responsibility 100% for every event. If you are born poor, it is not your fault. But if you die in poverty, it is your choice. Perform the exercise. Observe thought stream in 7 days. Every time a negative thought appears, like I cannot do it, or this is too expensive, immediately replace it with the question, how can I do it? Or how can I own it? The switch from a closed statement to an open question will activate the prefrontal cortex, forcing the brain to find solutions instead of accepting the deadlock. The next ritual is the rule of 6 jars spending by T. Harv Eker. Poor mindset often spends first and saves later. Rich mindset always pays themselves first. Right when receiving income, extract at least 10% for investment jar. This is the money to buy back freedom in the future. You don't save to prepare for risks, because the mind will attract those exact risks. You save to be ready for opportunity. Another research from University of Queensland, Australia, shows that vivid visualization has the ability to trick the brain that success has actually happened. Every morning, spend 5 minutes to live in the feeling of abundance and wealth. Not an illusion, but programming for dopamine to drive you to act strongly. To achieve that state, you need to change your language. People with poor mindset often use words difficult, tired, or impossible. People with rich mindset use the language of growth, challenge, lesson, and potential. Your words are the blueprint for your reality. Be careful with what you utter, because the subconscious listens and executes every command. Look at the strategy. Investing in yourself. The asset with the highest interest rate in the world is not stocks or real estate, but your intellect. Benjamin Franklin once said, investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Rich people are ready to pay thousands of dollars to join a course or buy a book, because they know one right idea can change the entire financial situation. Do you know? In Switzerland, the country with top average income. People are educated about financial mindset from childhood. They don't teach kids how to be employees. They teach kids how to manage resources and create value. You can also re-educate yourself, starting from selecting information that your brain absorbs every day. Commit to yourself. In the next 30 days, you will stop complaining, stop blaming, and start asking how to improve life. Are you ready to join this challenge with the community? Philosophy. You don't need money to create money. You need a mindset that knows how to see gold in places where others only see the ruins. From your perspective, which habit is hardest to change? Stopping complaining? Or saving 10%? Leave your opinion so we can support each other. Outro. The moment of rebirth. The 30-minute journey has just passed. Not only lessons about money, it is a journey of awakening your own soul. We have seen the psychological trap of scarcity that imprisoned our brain, how it was. We have also looked through the secret rituals of great men, those who chose the abundance mindset to change the world. And you have been given the tools, the practical way to restructure the operating system inside your mind. Now, you are no longer a victim of circumstances. You are the architect of a new destiny. True wealth is not measured by what you have, but measured by what you can give away and the value that you create for this life. Do not let today's knowledge only stop at understanding. Let it soak deep into every breath, every smallest action. Change a thought. You change an action. Change an action. You change a habit. Change a habit. You change the destiny. The world out there may still be full of noises, of complaining, and fear. But inside you, the prosperity map has been redrawn. You have chosen the path of light, of rising up like a seed, longing for the sky. If you have gone with me until this last moment, that is evidence of the desire for strong change inside you. Do not keep this for yourself. Share this video to those whom you love, so we together build a community of rich mindsets and sustainable happiness. Do not forget to like and subscribe to not miss the next liberation journeys. Your support is the life source for me to continue researching and sharing real values to this world. Step out with a posture of a rich person, rich in compassion, rich in will, and rich in faith in a bright future. The great journey starts from the step today of yourself. See you again at the peak of prosperity and mind freedom. Philosophy. Rich mindset is a journey, not a destination. When your mind is big enough, the whole world will automatically lie in your hand.